Oh man, how y'all feeling, man? Listen, man, I hope everybody is blessed, man. I hope y'all feeling amazing. I hope you're staying connected with God. Listen, I hope you're building like your relationship with God, man. Because like once you build your relationship, like once you spend more time with God, once you get in like that solitude with God, once you talk more to God, right? Y'all build this great relationship, y'all build this great bond, and therefore you have understanding. Right? It's kind of like in any relationship with your husband, your wife. Like the more y'all communicate, the more y'all spend time with each other, the more y'all talk, the more y'all converse, the more y'all hear each other out, right? You get a better understanding of how this person feel. You get a better understanding how this person work. And the same thing work with God, y'all. Like, don't make this thing difficult. Don't make your spiritual journey difficult, right? The more you spend time with God, the more you talk with God, like the more you can understand how God operates, and the more you will have peace in your life because you'll have an understanding. Right. I feel like it's like some of our peace comes from like just getting an understanding of how God works. Right. You can have so much peace. Watch this. If you understand how God works, you can have peace in trouble. You can have peace in trouble. Why? Because I understand how God operate. I understand that God tell me to persevere what under trial. I understand that God tell me to persevere under trial. I understand that I will have some tribulation. I understand I will have some difficulties. I understand that I will have some circumstances and some situations in my life, but I understand that all of this is to make me better. Right. And therefore I have the understanding I can get peace in trouble. I can gain peace in trouble. I can have clarity even when my life don't look like what I want it to look like, because I understand how God works, right? And I want you to understand something. When God tell you to build a business, right? When you building your business and it's been 3 years, it's been 5 years, and that thing ain't working out, I need you to stay the course. I need you to continue to trust God and stay the course. When you build your stock portfolio and it's been 3 to 5 years and that thing still ain't looking like what you want to look like, I need you to trust God and stay the course. When you starting on your speaking career and like, it don't look like what you want to look like, it's been 3 to 5 years, I need you to stay the course. I need you to stay the course. Because even though your blessing is delayed, it is not denied. Your blessing might be delayed, but it's not denied. That's why you just have to stay connected with God. That's why I say understanding. You can have peace in trouble once you understand how God works. Listen, you're not denied. It might be delayed, but you're not denied. I might thought it was gonna work in 5 years. It might took me 10 years. I might thought it was gonna work in 3 years. It might took me 5. I might thought it was gonna happen in a year. It might took me 2 years. But listen, it was never. It was delayed. It was never denied. It was delayed though, y'all. So and most of us, we live in such an instant world that we want everything right now. We live in such a microwave world right now, like everything quick, right? We see these people on TV and Instagram and on Facebook, like we see all the rappers and stuff, and we see like all the glamorous thing, and we want that overnight. And so we want everything instant. We expect for us to do some work 2 or 3 weeks and we should be rich next week. And it don't work like that, right? We so used to popping stuff in the microwave and we get it right now. Instant gratification. We so used to when we spend our money, we can instantly drive the car off the lot. We used to instant gratification. When you go spend the money and buy the Jordans, I can put them Jordans on right now. We so used to the instant gratification. And I get it. We live in an instant gratification society that make us think that everything works like that. You go to McDonald's, you go to drive through, 5 to 10 minutes, you out. Right? We so used to everything coming quick. Right? We so used to that. And therefore we think God work like that. We think like the blessing should be instant. We think like once we build a business, I've been having my business for a month, God. Why I ain't seeing no profit? I've been investing for 2 weeks, God. Why I ain't seeing no profit? And it don't work like that. God, I started planting my crops yesterday. Why I ain't reaping today? You feel me? Because we so used to instant gratification. And I want us to get out of that mindset. And I want us to have a better clarity when it comes to God, when it comes to how life works. I want you to understand that like even with the remote, y'all, it's a click of a button, we can cut the TV on. A flick of a button, we can change the channel. A flick of a button, we can turn it up. Like instant. We're so used to it's amazing how America has trained us to think like everything else works like that, right? like America has trained us to think that everything else work like that. Just like the reason why I like most of your, like a lot of your viral videos or videos that get in tune with humans, right? They get humans in tune is when they can take something that take a while and speed it up. Like if I record a video of a plant growing and I speed it up and show it in real time, like that amazes humans. Why? Because we were watching something that usually probably take time to grow, and I can see it I can see it sped up in time. Right? I can see it grow in about 2 minutes on the video. I can speed it up. And so we love that. Or I can show you cleaning up my house and I can record the video regularly, but I can put it on TikTok and speed it up. And they get people in tune because they get to see something sped up in time. They get the instant gratification of seeing my house cleaned up in time. And the video probably was a 2-3 minute video, but it took me 2-3 hours to do it. That's what get humans excited. Right? And you see a guy like Warren Buffett that's a billionaire now, but it took him, like you say, 20, 30, 40 years to build that wealth, and you think you can do it overnight. You want to put your money in the stock market and you want to become wealthy overnight, though this thing takes time. I never say you were denied, it's just going to be delayed. Right? I need y'all to write that down. Write down delayed, not denied. Right? And so I want to do something. Because I like to get definitions of things, right? Because of like we saying delayed but not denied, and in order for us to like understand like what that really means, I think we need definitions, and so we can get a better understanding of the word. And so we're gonna look at the definitions of delay. Delay is to make someone or something late or slow, right? It means to make something late or slow, right? To be late or slow is to postpone or defer an action, right? Let's look at that. So it's never saying like it's not gonna come. It just might be late or it might be slow or coming, right? Or like or your blessing is postponed, right? Like you say, you might thought you were gonna do it in 2 years, and God be like, nope, we're gonna make it happen in 5. Or you might thought it was gonna happen in 10 years, it might take you 20. But some of us don't understand God and how He works, and you think on that 5th year, because it didn't happen when you wanted it to happen, you think that you're count out of the race. You think you've been counted out now, and but that comes from not understanding God. That's why you don't have peace in your life. Your blessing is just postponed, not denied. But you so focused on happening when you wanted it to happen, instead of just trusting God, you give up in the 5th year and not knowing next year could have been your year. You gave up in the 6th year, not knowing next year could have been your year. You gave up last month and not knowing that next month could have been your month. Your blessing was never denied. You got focused on the denial. God never denied your blessing. God never denied you. It was just postponed, delayed gratification. And that's why most of us are not like, that's why most of us don't invest, because we don't understand investing. We don't understand. Listen, it's not saying you'll never get wealthy. It's just gonna take some time, y'all. Come on, it's just gonna take time. And people be like, man, it gonna take too long to invest. Man, I ain't got 5 years to wait, or I ain't got 10 years to wait. I'm like, bro, time gonna do what it gonna do, whether you do it or not. Time gonna pass whether you decide to invest or not. Time gonna pass whether you decide to go back and get your degree or not. Listen, time gonna do what time gonna do. The thing is, are you gonna do the thing when the time comes, or you gonna have regret actions, regretful thoughts, saying, man, what if I would have took those 5 years and went to school, bro? I'd be graduating now. Bro, if I would have took that time and invested my money, like 10 years done came, bro, I'd be wealthy now. Like, are you going to have those regretful thoughts, or are you going to be like, look back at your life and be glad that you took those actions 5-10 years ago? That's the only thing. That's the only difference going to be, because time going to pass whether you decide to do the thing or not. I just want y'all to understand that. So we know what delay means: to make something or someone late or slow, postpone or defer. We understand the definition of delay, right? So let's look at the definition of deny. Deny means to refuse to give or grant something requested or desired to someone, or state that one refuses to admit the truth or existence of, right? So it's two definitions. So the second one, I like the second one because this is one that like mainly give us the definition that we're talking about right now, like about being denied. It's refused to give or grant something requested or desired to someone, right? So when you're denied, like that's saying that you're not even gonna get it. Like God is refusing to give you the blessing, and God is not going to refuse to give you the blessing. For one, as long as you're doing what He told you to do. For two, if you can stay committed to the process. You're not going to be like you're not. He's not going to refuse to bless you. He's not going to refuse to give your business the prosperity that it deserves. He's not going to refuse to give your bank account the money that you deserve. He's not going to refuse to give you the real estate doors that you have earned and worked for. He's not going to refuse that. It might just come in a delay, meaning late or postpone. Not saying it ain't coming. See, deny is saying you ain't going to never get it, right? Deny means like it's refusal to grant something to someone, right? God is not refusing to grant. Like, as long as you do what God told you to do, He's not going to refuse to grant you what you deserve, right? It's not refusal, it's going to be postponed. And we have to have that mindset. All right, God, I'm going to trust you, right? I know my blessing is delayed, never denied. My blessing might be delayed, but it's never denied, right? And once we can get like that mindset of saying, okay, God, I'm going to work no matter how long it take me. That's the mindset I got right now, y'all. Like, no matter how long it take me, I'm going to continue the course of action. I'm going to have the perseverance on the trial. I'm going to continue to praise God no matter how long it take me. Because I understand that once we have a lot of conflict come from your timing and God timing, right? And when your timing look like God timing, we have conflict. And God always right, not you. Because see, we might, like you say, you might hear, I'm gonna be rich in 5 years, y'all. And then the 5 years come in, it ain't that. But God be like, nah, you thought it was 5 years. I said 10. And so now you got friction between what you say and what God say, but God's word is always right, y'all. So I need for us to just get rid of our thinking and like understand His ways. But me, because like I want you to understand something, that your ways is not His ways and your thought is not His thoughts. There's a reason why He above you. That's a reason why He's above you. He's the authority, right? We're gonna follow His rules. It's kind of like when your kids living with you or when you were living with your parents, right? Well, just what they say goes. They the authority. They the adult in here. They the authority. It's my house. It's my rules. It's God's house. It's God's rules. It's God's land. It's His money. His car. It's everything. It's His rule. Whatever. It's His gift. You don't own the gift. God gave you that speaking gift. God gave you that gift to create art. God gave you that gift to make food. God gave you that gift to paint cars. God gave you that gift to make clothes. Whatever that gift is, He owns it. And whatever He tell you to do with it, just do it. Why? Because He the authority. He is the authority. Just like when your parents tell you to do something, you just do it. You in their household. You don't pay no bills here. You don't pay no bills in this house. If I tell you cut my lights off, cut my lights off, and we ain't got to talk about that. If I tell you don't slam no doors in here, just don't slam no doors, and we ain't got to talk about that. And for those people that grew up with some parents like that, you know what I'm talking about. You just do what they say. Why? Because they the authority in the house. It's their house. They make the rules. It's God's house. He made the rules. And ain't no conflict between that. You just do what God tell you to do, right? And you know, if you talk back to your parents when they tell you to do something, you know what come with that consequences. The same thing with God. You out here trying to like converse with God about what you know. Just do what He told you to do. There shouldn't be no conflict between that, right? Unless you want the punishment, unless you want to suffer the consequences that come behind disobeying the word. Disobeying God's rules. Unless you want that, then go for it. If you can deal with that, go for it. By all means, have it. You feel me? Like, go get it. You feel me? Like, as long as you can accept the consequences that come with that. I don't know about you, but I want to be rewarded for obedience, not for disobedience. I want to be rewarded for obeying God, for obeying the vision, for obeying the mission, for obeying what God told me to do. I want the reward for that. I want the reward for that. I want to show y'all. So we're going to go to Leviticus. We're gonna go to Leviticus chapter 19, verse 23 through 24. I want to show you how your blessing may be delayed but not denied. I want to show you how your blessing may be delayed, never denied. So it say Leviticus chapter 19, verse 23. It say, when you enter the land and plant any kind of fruit tree, regard its fruits as forbidden. For 3 years, you are to consider it forbidden. It must not be eaten. Right? So God telling them, like, when you come to this land, you can plant. But I want you to, like, anything, any kind of fruit tree that you plant, I want you to guard the fruit as forbidden. For 3 years, right? It must not be eaten. It must not be eaten. Like God saying, you going to come plant. But for 3 years, you must regard the fruit tree, any kind of fruit tree that is planted, it must be regarded as forbidden. And for 3 years, you cannot eat. For 3 years, it's kind of like God telling you, listen, you're going to build your business, but for 3 years, you ain't going to make no money. God telling you, hey, listen, I'm going to make you a motivational speaker, but for 3 years, you ain't going to make no money. For 3 years, you can't eat right now. Like, but I still need you to do the thing that I'm telling you to do. Like, I still need you to come plant the fruit trees. I still need you to come plant. You still have to sow, y'all. You still have to sow the seeds. You still have to plant. It say in the 4th year, all of its fruits will be holy, right? So for 3 years, they must be regarded as forbidden. And in the 4th year, all its fruits will be holy. And offering them praise to the Lord. Okay. But in the 5th year, y'all, watch this, y'all. Watch this. In the 5th year, you may eat its fruits. In this way, your harvest will be increased. But in the 5th year, you may eat its fruits. In this way, your harvest will be increased. I am the Lord your God. That's delayed, not denied at its finest. That's delayed, not denied at its finest, y'all. Like, I don't know if y'all caught that. They say for 3 years, you can't eat the fruit. On the 4th year, it's going to be made holy. On the 5th year, you can eat. So, but some of us will get caught up in like, bro, I can't eat for 3 years. God, I got to work on this plan for 3 years and don't see nothing. God, this don't make sense to me. And most of us are quitting that 3rd year because we don't see no results. Most of us are quitting the 3rd year because our investments ain't paying off. Most of us are quitting the 3rd year because the business ain't making profit. Most of us are quitting the 3rd year because the blessings ain't raining down. Most of us quitting the 3rd year because we don't understand that it's just delayed and not denied. Say for 3 years, it must not be eaten, but in the 4th year, all the fruits will be made holy. Watch this, when God is so articulate about what He does, y'all. That's why I love Him, right? He's so articulate about what He does. He's saying the 5th year, you may eat His fruits. In this way, your harvest will be increased, because God knows when you can just wait. Listen, investments, and the thing that works best with investment is time. It's 3 things that work great with investing, y'all. Watch this. I'm gonna go back to the word. I'm gonna make it make sense. It's 3 things that work great with investing, y'all. Your consistent contribution. This means whether you are investing every week, every month, every day, however you decide to do it. Your consistent contributions, y'all. The return on your investment, that is your ROI. Like, meaning whether you get a 20% return at the end of the year, 30, whatever it is, your ROI and your and time. Contributions, ROI, and time. The longer you can let your money work for you, the more your nest egg can build, the more interest it can gain, the more compound interest can take effect now. God understand the longer you can let your plants grow, the longer the bigger the harvest will get. The longer you can, like, the more, like, the less time, or the more time you let your crop do what it has to do. The more time you let, when you sow those seeds, the more time you give it to grow, your harvest will be increased. God saying this way your harvest will be increased. Listen, because God understands us. God understands we want everything right now. God understands probably if I would have told you to eat it, you can just do whatever, in the 3rd year you would have ate the fruits. God know that. Like, God, that's why He told you we're gonna make it forbidden. God, because God understands humans. He understands that we want everything right now. We don't have the power to wait. So God told you in the third year they must not be eaten. For 3 years you must not eat. The fruit must be forbidden. God ain't saying you will never eat. I'm just saying for 3 years, like, just chill. They can't eat. And in the fourth year, we're going to make them whole. In the fifth year, you can eat. And this way, I have helped you increase your harvest. Delayed, not denied. You just got to continue to trust God. I'm telling you, his plan is never wrong. Let's get that understood for number one. His plan is never wrong. He's very articulate in his plan. He's very articulate. He don't do stuff on accident. Everything has a design purpose. God said, I'm going to make you wait 5 years because I know your harvest will be increased by then. That way, your harvest will be an increase. It could have been 8 in the third year, but God had to make the fruits forbidden. We must regard the fruits as being forbidden so you won't mess up the harvest. Cause most of us, we see the investment account grew in 2 to 3 years. Now you're gonna go interrupt the compound interest. No, let the money go to work. Let the harvest work. Let the seeds work. God understands delayed gratification at its finest. And see, once we can develop the delayed gratification mindset, listen, y'all, your whole life is gonna change. You could just develop, I don't have to have everything right now. I understand that it's this thing called delayed gratification. Not saying I would never get it, right? When I'm making investments right now, I don't get the payoff right then. When I make an investment in a stock, I don't get the payoff right then. It's delayed. When I make an investment in real estate, I don't get the payoff right then. It's delayed. When I plant seeds today, I don't get the payoff right then. It's delayed. But boy, when it do harvest, when that investment do pay off, when that real estate do start paying off, whoo, delayed gratification at its finest, your harvest will be increased. And so I need for us today, let's get off the instant. Let's start developing a delayed gratification mindset. Let's start developing seeing 3 to 5 years out. Let's start doing things today that we might not reap from 3 to 5 years after that. Let's have that mindset, right? Let's develop that mindset and get off the instant gratification things that we want and everything that happen overnight. But in the fifth year, you may eat its fruits. In this way, your harvest will be increased. Why? I am the Lord your God. Oh, man, I love that, man. Oh, I love that. Delayed gratification at its finest right here, y'all. That's why I tell y'all, bro, we got to start reading the Bible so religion and spiritual just get the principle out of it. And just get the principle out of it. Man, so listen, I hope this bless you. God, I pray that you continue to watch over us, continue to bless us, continue to and show us how to use our gift. I hope that you can talk to us, God, and continue to show us our purpose, and we can start living in our purpose, God, in a way that pleases you and serve the people you put out here to serve, God. We understand that, God, we have an instant gratification mindset, God. We get that, God. Right, but that's why we need you to show us and guide us, God, so we can understand that you don't work like that, God. Right? I need you to understand that our blessings is never denied, but it might be delayed, y'all. It might be postponed. But we gonna get it, God. But some of us just don't have the patience. Right? Because everything right now in society, God, we can get it right now at the click of our fingertips. We can go order Walmart grocery at the click of a button, God, and now we confuse society with the kingdom. And God, we need for you to transform, to renew our minds, to have the delayed gratification mindset and understand that the worldly ways are not your ways, God. And this always might be delayed but never denied. You won't deny it, God, but you might delay some things, God. And we have to understand that and understand how you work. So with that being said, God, amen.